Okay, this is the Global Broadcast Generic. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with Dawn. Dawn, tell us about the epic scope and look of the film as Raya journeys through the different lands of Kumandra.
That's one of the things I'm most excited by with this film is the opportunity to visit, completely different locations. It's almost like having 5 movies in one. And so much of the film takes place outside, in exteriors. And our production design team, our cinematography team really, really did amazing work in bringing all these environments to life in such a rich and cinematic way.
Carlos, what is the Southeast Story Trust and how did they work with you?
The Southeast Asian Story Trust is a group of people from the region that our team assembled when they went on the research trip. So it has architects, it has anthropologists, it has musicians, sociologists, and all these people are with us from day one until still now, helping us craft the movie from the inside, helping us understand the cultures that we're inspired by, checking every piece of design, every version of the script, every cut that we put together, and really just became our key collaborators throughout the entire process.
Kui, what does it mean to you to be a part of Disney's first Southeast Asian inspired film?
It's truly a dream come true, without a doubt. Growing up, this goes down to the very DNA of why I wanted to be a writer in the first place, was to, make superheroes. I was a big fan of Stan Lee, and to be able to make not just a superhero, but one that looks like my kids, that celebrates the cultures that my parents and I come from. It's something that I never could have imagined would be happening, but to be able to actually be doing that is an honor that I still am pinching myself to be part of.
Carlos and Dawn, trust is an important theme in the film. How did that theme evolve and how important is it?
Do you want to take the first half and I'll take the second half?
How did that theme evolve, right? That was the question. So I think when Kui and Carlos and myself first came on board about 1.5 years ago, we sat down and asked ourselves, what was going to be the theme of this movie, and start with theme. I think it's important to start with the overarching thematic idea, because it's going to be the spine that connects the whole movie. And very early, I think, in our discussion, we hit upon this idea of trust being the theme of the movie. It's a fragmented world, a world that was once unified, that has been broken into pieces. And so what is the big thing that is keeping them from coming together? And we felt like trust would be the perfect thematic element to actually bring the world of Kumandra together, but also to kind of bring this story together. And it permeated every decision that we made from then on out.
Yeah, the story follows 5 different characters from different lands, each of them having a completely different worldview, completely different set of ideologies and philosophy. And it asks the question, what is it going to take for these 5 people to coexist, to learn to work together, to reach out and trust each other again? And the journey that Raya goes on is that learning, coming from a place that is very, very much fragmented, and learning the tools that she's going to need to be able to take that first step towards reconnecting with these people that are so different from her.
Pui, tell us about the dragon mythology and how you went about creating Sisu.
The dragon, Sisu, is based on the Naga Southeast Asian cultures. It's very different than the Western dragon, the one that we more typically see in cinema, which is basically a big monster guarding a treasure, a creature of intimidation. The Southeast Asian dragon, the Nagas specifically, is one based in water, one that's based in life and hope and inspiration. And so, what's so great about this character is she's a character that is one that is inviting, and one that is kind of almost like a piece of divinity that Raya gets gets to become friends with. And when you marry that with an amazing actor like Aquafina, that's really the magic that makes Sisu Sisu. It's deep cultural mythology mixed with a inventive and genius actor like Aquafina, and that really creates the voice for this incredible character.
Okay, Don, Kui said a little bit something about this, but perhaps you can add. Why are Kelly Marie Tran and Aquafina the perfect actors for Raya and Sisu?
Well, I'll take Kelly first. I think, I mean, Kelly is so buoyant, and she is light incarnate in terms of just her personality. And, you know, for the character of Raya, the character could have easily slid into a character being kind of stoic and sort of quiet and severe. So it's very important for us to create our version of Raya, that we have an actor who would never be that. You know, I think Kelly is just inherently, she's got a fantastic sense of humor. She's just good to her core, and was able to find also not just the humor of Raya, but the vulnerability and the pathos in Raya's situation. And then for Aquafina, you know, again, the character of Sisu could have been one that was almost too reverent, you know, without a personality, you know, because we're dealing with a creature that is beyond human, you know, emotions or feelings. But it was important for us that the character Sisu be, you know, have human traits and be relatable to everybody. And of course, you know, Aquafina is just a force of nature as a performer, you know, in terms of just her ability to do comedy. It's unprecedented, but also dramatic. Dramatic tones. I think she's fantastic at sort of all the facets of Sisu.
Carlos,